Okay. What was your degree in? Was it BS or BA?
Mine was a BS in athletic training. I was BA in athletic training.
Why did you pick those routes?
That just the school I wanted to go to. That's what they offered. I did my undergrad at West Virginia University, and their athletic training program is just a bachelor in science. I went to a small liberal arts school, so mine was a Bachelor of Arts. I went to Albion College, which is a small Division III school in Michigan.
Okay. What is the most challenging part of your job?
Here at this level, I think the most challenging part of my job would be having constant interaction with athletes. Coming from my background, I was previously a college athletic trainer, so we saw athletes on a daily basis, traveled with them, had good relationships with them. Here it's a little hit or miss. We don't see athletes every day. Sometimes they have to catch the bus home. It's not consistent as far as any treatments or rehab programs. So I think that's probably one of the biggest challenges that I face.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And along those lines, I also had worked with, this was my first job at a high school. I previously worked in college athletics as well. And having to transition to working with younger athletes, under 18. So it's a lot more communication with parents. You're a lot more limited in sort of the things that you can do. So transitioning and getting used to that as well.
What's the most rewarding part of your job?
I think just having athletes playing back on the playing field after coming back from injury. Obviously they choose to play the sport, and that's what they're passionate about. And when you have an athlete that's injured, not only does it affect them physically, but it also affects them mentally. So I think that's the most rewarding.
Yeah, I would agree. Just, knowing that you can help somebody and affect, their life and for the better and help them and be, appreciated for that, whether it be from the athlete or the coaches or, your administration, anything is really rewarding.
Or parents even too, especially at this level, we have close communication with parents. And having parents that say, thank you for looking after my kid while they're, away from my care is rewarding.
Do you have any future plans with your career, like past this level?
I don't know. That's like I said previously, I worked in college athletics, and I loved working in college athletics. I moved to the Columbus area because of my husband's job, so it kind of forced me to get out of the collegiate setting into the high school setting. I really enjoy. We both work for Nationwide Children's Hospital, so I really enjoy working. I think it's a great hospital. They do great things around the city, so I like that aspect. I don't know what the future holds. Potentially maybe as my family continues to grow, maybe working into more of a physician extender role. But I don't know. That's my hopes and wishes. So.
Yeah, and I'm, again, I don't know either. We're in very similar situations. When we started working for Nationwide Children's. Last year was our first year at this level. I moved to the Columbus area for my fiance's job, and I would ideally like to get back into a small college setting for a little bit, I think. While I'm still at the point in my life where I have the time to do it, but I do eventually then see transitioning into more of like a clinic or a physician extender role eventually.
Why do you guys like the college setting better?
Yeah.
I like working with college age athletes. Like I said, my probably the thing I liked most was the relationships that you build with those
Yeah.
college athletes as you see them through, 4 years, a lot of growth as they come in as a young 18-year-old, unsure of the world, there's a lot of growth as they, and then end up graduating. And you spend a lot of time with them, so you get to know them a lot more than you do in this setting. Resources, I think, are a little bit better. We don't have the resources that even you guys do at Otterbein as far as treatments and time to spend with the athletes for rehab and that type of thing. So that was my reason.
Yeah, and on top of that, the level of competition too, it's higher at college. So you have athletes that are sometimes, not always, but majority of the time more invested in their sport as well. So they're more excited to play. Whereas at the high school level, you have kids playing for various reasons, but like the level of competition isn't necessarily as high. So it's a little harder to get invested, I think, sometimes in the teams and how well they do.
Very fair.
Do you have any advice for like our age, like just starting in athletic training?
Maggie and I both have our master's degree, whereas I think this profession that's the direction that it's heading, that all athletic trainers are probably going to have their master's even to sit for the boards, within the next, 5 to 7 years probably. I would recommend, my master's is in athletic training, so I kind of pigeonholed myself in the sense that I don't have another outlet. Maybe if I get burnt out of athletic training, as most of you guys know, it's a profession that has a high burnout rate. If I would have gotten my master's in something in business or athletic administration, something along those lines, maybe I would have another outlet to work in a similar field, but not necessarily as an athletic trainer. So that's kind of my advice.
Mine would probably be to get a lot of experience at different levels. I'm a big believer in to know what you want to do, you have to know what you don't want to do and what you don't like. So and one of the great things that I loved about my undergrad program is I had so much exposure and experience to different things, working at high school, working at a small college, working at West Virginia, working in clinic and getting to see a lot of different things. So to take the time to go out to the different settings that athletic trainers work in and to kind of find what you like, what you don't like. I spent a summer working as an aide in a physical therapy clinic, and that was, that's how I learned I didn't want to go to PT school just because I didn't want that to be my focus. So I think take the time now to go out and do all those things and learn what you do and don't want to do. So that way when you do move forward from undergrad, and have a good idea of what kind of schooling you'd want to do from that point, or if you need it, or.
And I think with that, I think programs nowadays, and correct me if I'm wrong, like your program probably, you have requirements that you have to do as far as, like clinic or high school or other, different avenues as, athletic trainers. So.
Well, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
That's it.
Okay. So are you guys freshmen as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. How's your first semester going?
You didn't press record.
I did.
No, you didn't. Oh, yeah, you did. Wait.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
No.